Early Thursday evening, American-Israeli Ilan Grapel returned to Israel after being held in Cairo since June on espionage charges. Grapel was met at Cairo airport by MK Israel Chasson and lawyer Yitzhak Molcho, who brokered the deal with Egyptian officials on behalf of Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and the Israeli government. The two accompanied him on the flight back to Israel. Grapel's mother, Irene, welcomed her son, who landed at Ben Gurion Airport. From there, he was taken to meet Netanyahu in Jerusalem. Shortly beforehand, the 25 Egyptian prisoners freed in the deal crossed over the Taba border, crossing back to Egypt, where they received a hero's welcome, despite the fact that they were all suspected drug dealers and also involved in trafficking women. Meanwhile, the Palestinian Ma'an news agency said that the United States agreed to sell F-16 fighter jets to Egypt if they go ahead with the deal to release Grapel. There was no Israeli response to the report. Israel's Air Force targeted 3 suspected terror targets in Gaza hours after a Grad rocket fired from Gaza landed in an open area near Ashdod. No one was injured and no damage reported from the rocket that exploded late Wednesday night. However, it triggered air raid sirens in Rehovot, Yavne, Nes Tziona, Ashdod, and Gadara, causing panic among members of the public. The army said it targeted a weapons storage facility in southern Gaza and 2 other sites in central Gaza. The army will not tolerate an attempt to harm Israeli civilians and soldiers, a statement issued by the army said, noting that it holds Hamas responsible for terrorist activity emanating from Gaza. Quartet delegates failed to make a breakthrough in talks with Israeli and Palestinian leaders that would bring them back to the negotiating table. Quartet delegates said after 2 days of intensive meetings that Israel and the Palestinians agreed to present comprehensive proposals on land and security issues in an effort to resolve the conflict within 3 months. Peace talks have been stalled for the past 3 years over Palestinian demands that Israel freeze settlement construction in the West Bank and East Jerusalem. Representatives from the Quartet, the United States, European Union, United Nations, and Russia participated in the talks, along with the Quartet's Mideast envoy, Tony Blair. The Palestinians turned down a request for face-to-face talks with the Israelis, so negotiations were held separately with each side. A prominent Saudi cleric has offered to pay $100,000 to any Palestinian who kidnaps an Israeli soldier, according to his Facebook page. Awad al-Karni said that he has made the offer in response to a similar reward promised by an Israeli family for anyone who catches the person who killed one of its members in 1998, following the exchange this month of more than 1,000 prisoners for a captive Israeli soldier. Kami, who is well-known in Saudi Arabia for his outspoken views, but is not part of the official clerical establishment, said on his Facebook page that the media reported the news of the Zionist occupiers paying a huge sum to anyone who killed the freed Palestinian prisoners. In response to those criminals, I announced to the world that I am committed to pay a $100,000 prize to any Palestinian inside Palestine who takes an Israeli soldier captive to exchange with remaining prisoners. President Shimon Peres sent a present to his French counterpart, Nicolas Sarkozy, congratulating him and wife Carla Bruni on the recent birth of their baby girl, Giulia. In the letter accompanying a pink baby suit inscribed with "I am a princess" in Hebrew, Peres told his dear friend Sarkozy he was pleased to hear the happy news on the birth of his daughter. I said my congratulations to Carla and the baby, who will be, I'm sure, a source of joy to the Sarkozy family and a pride to her parents. Adding, Peres said that the people of Israel join me in sending you your best wishes. Christophe Bigot, France's ambassador to Israel, will deliver the gift to Sarkozy.